Welcome to Basic Chemistry. Today I am discussing 10th Cbse Chemistry first chapter Chemical Reactions and Equations activity based questions. So already I am discussed activity 1.12, activity 1.88. So now I am discussing activity 1.9, 1.10, 1.11. Okay. അപ്പോൾ ആക്ടിവിറ്റി 1.9 എന്താണെന്ന് നോക്കാം. ഡിസ്പ്ലേസ്മെൻറ്റ് റിയാക്ഷൻ ആണ്. ഡിസ്പ്ലേസ്മെൻറ്റ് റിയാക്ഷൻ, what is displacement reaction? It is very simple. Displacement reaction means highly reactive elements can displaces less reactive elements. We know that iron is a highly reactive element. Highly reactive elements can displaces less reactive element like copper, etc. Okay. So in this activity, that is iron nail is. Iron nail is dipped in a copper sulfate solution. So we know that iron is a highly reactive element. So copper sulfate, copper is also less reactive than iron. Okay, iron can displace a copper from copper sulfate solution. We get iron sulfate, or we can call it as a ferrous sulfate solution. Okay, and copper is deposited on iron nail. Okay, the product will be obtained is iron nail, that is iron. Iron is a reaction. What happened with the reaction? Iron react with the copper sulfate. The product will be obtained is iron sulfate plus copper. So we can write in the chemical reaction. What is that? We know that iron is a chemical, that is a symbol of iron is F capital and is, so it should be small letter. So this is an iron that is solid state. Actually this is a gray in color, right? Gray in color or white color, gray or white color. So and it is reacted with the copper sulfate, that is copper sulfate CuSO4. What is this copper valency of copper? Valency of copper is 2, sulfate also 2 valency. So we know that copper sulfate, actually copper sulfate is a blue powder that is mixed with the water, that is copper sulfate solution. Actually this is an also aqueous solution, right? Aqueous solution. What about the color? Color also blue color, right? Blue in color. Okay, blue color. And this the product will be obtained as iron sulfate, that is ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate also solution form, that is aqueous solution. Okay, aqueous solution. And then the color of the ferrous sulfate, that is pale green color. Okay, pale green color will be obtained, and along with this copper is the deposited. Copper actually brown color. Okay, brown color. So this is a solid form. So here we can obtain is a brown color, right? Brown color will be obtained. So here also what happened? Iron is a highly reactive element, copper is a less reactive element. So iron can displace copper from copper sulfate solution. We obtain so that is iron sulfate. So iron sulfate is a pale green color, and the product the metal will be formed as a copper. Copper is coated on the iron nail. Okay, so the color after we get the color changes to blue copper sulfate to green ferrous sulfate solution, that is a pale green ferrous sulfate solution. And iron, the nail color should be changed, gray color, gray or white color changes to brown color. Okay, this is a displacement reaction. Once again I will tell you, highly reactive element can displaces less reactive elements. So this is the displacement reactions. I think activity 1.9 is completed. The next activity 1.10, this is double displacement reaction. This is a very simple reaction. So take the two separate test tube. One of the test tube containing 3 ml of sodium sulfate, and another test tube containing 3 ml of barium chloride. Both are also mixed with the water. So that is a solution. Okay, sodium sulfate solution, that is aqueous solution, and the barium chloride solution, that also aqueous solution. So both these solutions are mixed in a and taken in a one test tube. Okay, that is a joint or mixed with each other. So formation of the product. So we can write this is a double displacement reaction, means doubly exchange the atoms or ions. So we can write in a chemical equation. We know that what about sodium sulfate? There is a, what is a sodium valency? We know that sodium is a valency. So we can write the valency of sodium is 1, right? Valency of sodium is 1. And what about sulfate? Sulfate is sulfate is valency 2. So we can cross this. We get, okay, we get Na2SO4, right? Na2SO4. Sodium sulfate is Na2SO4. What about barium chloride? We know that barium chloride is Ba1 valence, barium is 2 valency, chlorine is 1 valency, right? So we can cross, we get barium sulfate, BaCl2, right? BaCl2. So this is the product, this is a reactant. So what are the product will be obtained? The atoms or ions will be exchanged. So product will be obtained. The chance is sodium chloride, right? Sodium is valency 1, chlorine is valency 1. So we can write sodium chloride is one of the product. And what about the another product? The chance will be barium sulfate, right? Barium sulfate. So barium also valency 2, sulfate also valency 2. So we get barium sulfate, BaSO4. So we can write in a chemical equation. Okay, chemical equations Sodium sulfate react with barium chloride to form barium sulfate plus sodium chloride. So we can write in a chemical equation sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4, right? Na2SO4. This is an aqueous solution. We can write and put in a bracket in aqueous solution. So plus barium chloride, BaCl2, right? BaCl2. This is also aqueous solution. Okay, BaA should be small letter. So the formation of the product, what is the product will be obtained? Barium sulfate. We know that barium sulfate is BaSO4, right? BaSO4 plus sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. We know that sodium chloride also soluble in water, right? Sodium chloride is soluble in water, so we can get this is an aqueous solution, right? Sodium chloride, NaCl is an aqueous solution. We can write an aqueous solution. What about barium sulfate? Barium sulfate is not soluble in water, so this is a solid form. So this is a solid that is present in the white precipitate will be obtained. So double displacement reaction also called a precipitation reaction, because the formation of the product will be precipitated, that is water insoluble substance, we can call it as a precipitate. Okay, any reaction the precipitate is formed, we can call it as a precipitation reaction. So double displacement reaction also is a precipitation reaction. So sodium sulfate barium chloride reacted to form barium sulfate. One of the product will be white precipitate, that is a solid form, and another is an also aqueous solution. So the two aqueous solutions are also mixed with each other, and formation of one of them will be solid and another is aqueous solution. The both of these reactions are we can call it these reactions are, we can call it as a double displacement reaction. So what happened, double displacement reaction, the ions or atoms we can exchange, both the atoms or ions are exchanged. Okay, this is the double displacement reaction. I think activity 1.10 is completed. Okay, then next activity, that is oxidation reduction, that is activity 1.11. Okay, activity 1.11, heat a china dish containing about 1 gram copper powder. Okay, actually the copper is heated, it will react with the oxygen. So copper undergo react with oxygen to form copper oxide. That is a copper, actually we know that copper color is brown. So brown color changes to black color. That is black coating present in the copper, that is a copper oxide. So we can write in a chemical equation, copper is Cu, right? Cu is a copper react with oxygen to form copper oxide, that is CuO. So we know that copper is a solid state and oxygen is a gaseous state. What about copper oxide? This is also solid state. We obtained is a solid form. That is a, actually copper is a brown color. Brown color changes to black color. That is black color substance will be obtained. That is a copper oxide. And this is not a balanced chemical equation. We can balance this. Balance this left as right side, that is 2 CO, then also 2 CO. This copper is 2, here also left to right copper 2, and the right side and left side is oxygen also 2. Okay, this is a balanced chemical equation. So here we can change the black color, that is a copper oxide change, we can change the copper oxide, that is a black color changes to brown color. So we can pass this copper oxide by using we can remove this copper oxide color. So we can add a hydrogen. Okay, right? Hydrogen, that is copper oxide plus hydrogen. So hydrogen gas is faster, then we can obtain the, that is a copper oxide will be changes to copper. Okay, Cu plus water will be obtained. Okay, this is I think this is copper is 1, hydrogen is 2, oxygen is 1, oxygen is 2. So this is a balanced equation. So in this reaction we can select which is oxidation and reduction reaction. Here also oxidation is oxidation means addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen is oxidation, and the reduction is addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen, that is reduction. Okay, here also this is copper oxide is changes to copper and hydrogen is changes to water. So one of the reaction here also copper oxide is undergo reduction, right? Reduction reaction, or we can call it as reduced reaction, and hydrogen changes to water because hydrogen addition of oxide, that is oxidation reaction. See, this is oxidation, hydrogen undergo oxidation. The reactant which are the undergo oxidation and reduction or oxidized or reduced, copper oxide is undergo reduction and hydrogen undergo oxidation. See, oxidation as reaction takes place, then the reactant is reducing agent. The chance is reducing agent. See, the oxidation reaction is undergo, this should be reducing agent. Okay, reducing agent. Oxidation happened, the reaction reactant, that is a reducing agent. Reduction happened, the reaction is an oxidizing agent. That is itself doing another itself it is different, and from doing agent will be different from other. Okay, that is oxidizing agent. So oxidation is takes place, that is a reducing agent. Reduction is takes place, oxidizing agent. So copper oxide is reduced to copper, and also the copper oxide is an oxidizing agent that will help to hydrogen to addition of oxygen. Okay, that is oxidizing agent. What about hydrogen? Hydrogen is an hydrogen takes place oxidation to form water. So this is undergo oxidation, or it is an oxidized to form water, and this is reducing agent, that is helps to reduce the copper oxide to form copper. Okay, that is a oxidation takes place, that is reducing agent. Reduction takes place, oxidizing agent. I think the activity 1.11 is completed. I think all the activities are discussed. Okay, thank you.